Morning guys, it's another beautiful day in the House of Gains. Today we're hitting some titties. Let's do it. So first I'll start off with a power tube fly. In the gym I'd probably do a pec deck or even a cable fly, but any sort of fly movement is just a great way to get a big stretch at the top, hard contraction at the end, a really full range of motion, which is a great way to warm up the pecs and get the blood flowing. I begin with a couple sets on the lighter tube, then I work my way up to the grey tube and do 3 to 4 top sets, the last one being a drop set. Then I'll move on to an incline dumbbell press. Now I love bench press, but I'd probably slightly prefer the incline dumbbell. It's a great way to hit that upper chest, which is lacking in a lot of people, and it gives you more control over each individual pec rather than the bench press, where you probably have a little bit more shoulder, tricep involvement than the dumbbells. Again, I'll work my way up with lighter weights and finish with about 3 top sets, and the last one being a drop. Now after the dumbbell press, I'll move on to a flat barbell bench press. Now, there's some gurus, influencers out there saying, oh, bench press, flat bench is bullshit, it's useless. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I think you get a slightly better individual pec contraction on the dumbbell press. But the bench itself, I always get crazy pumps, grows my chest really well. It's great compound movement. It's something you can really build up strength on. So I like to include some bench press in my workouts. And for the cool down, I like to do some light power tube flies, just 15 to 20 reps, 3 sets. Great way to keep some blood flowing, cool down the muscle, aid in recovery. Once chest is done, I move on to shoulders. Now I hit shoulders twice a week. I do them a full shoulder day on Saturday, and then a shoulder day after chest on Wednesday, and it's about 2/3 of the volume. And I do that because my shoulders are probably a lacking body part of mine, they're not capped or round enough, so I just added some extra volume, and it's definitely something you can do. If you have a lacking area, just hit it some extra, add another day during the week, as long as you're not overtraining it, as long as you're doing enough stretching, enough recovery, enough range of motion, it's definitely safe to add some extra volume to bring up those lacking body parts. So I do the same movements I'll do on my full day, the lateral raises, the shoulder press, and the reverse flies. I'll just do some less top sets. Alright, so that is my home chest day. I usually focus a bit more on the upper chest than the lower. You'll notice I start with flies. Great way to get a full stretch and contraction, but I usually start with my arms a bit lower and then go a bit higher, and that's a good way to get that upper chest, because in most people, if they're lacking any part of the chest, it's the upper. Everyone has good lower chest, mid chest, but the upper chest is what separates the boys from the men. So we really focus on that upper chest. We move then onto some incline press. Again, isolating the upper chest more than the lower. When you're in that incline angle, your arms going more in an upward direction. So really getting those upper fibers of the chest. Then I move on to some bench press. Now this is my 3rd week back bench pressing after a couple of years off. Had some shoulder problems, bicep, chest strains. I've had a whole lot of issues that have stopped me benching. So slowly getting back, slowly upping the weight. And then I like to do some shoulders too, because I feel like my shoulders aren't as capped as I'd like them to be. So I sort of have 2 shoulder days a week, one at the end of chest day, and then one its own day in 3 days time. So yeah guys, hope you learned something, hope you enjoyed the workout, try it for yourself, and yeah, I'll see you next time.